Okay, hello everyone. We are doing live commentary on the Guimarães Chess Open. This is the last round, and we will start with the first game. There are three players tied with a 5.5 out of 6, and two of them face on board one. This is Armenian Grandmaster Karen Grigorian facing Hungarian International Master Peter Lizak. The game started around 20 minutes ago, and yeah, it started with knight f3, knight f6, d4, e6, c4, and now this funny move a6. This had been becoming more popular, these systems with a6, mainly due to Magnus Carlsen, the world champion, having played this quite often. Knight c3, d5, we have a main line, queen's gambit declined, and now this line with queen b3. So, João, I guess you play this way more often than me.
I play this position, but not the specific one with queen on b3 and knight on f6. I've played it with the pawn on h6.
So this is better for black, I would say.
It's probably a better version. But
I guess the point is to stop the bishop from coming out.
yes,
otherwise I don't really see the point
it
behind
also blocks the b pawn on b2.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, c6 is a normal response.
Yeah. Bishop g5. d5 is protected. And we can see that black already took quite some time to play c6, so clearly is not familiar with this position, which is good for white. I would guess that Grigorian is trying to go for the win, because if he does, he has a good chance of becoming clear first, while if he draws, at least he's behind on the score, so I'm guessing that he will not be first. So what does the queen b3?
So there are ideas now with moving the pawn to e4, and after the e4 maybe play bishop c4 sometimes.
Yeah. So this is an idea. I always like to show these things that
like usually
taking on f3 is not good. I like to show that I can see checkmates in two moves. So after this, what can black do?
Black has to play queen e7, yeah.
And now,
sorry.
Can you play castles?
Yes, I think you should be able to.
No, I don't think you can take on f3, give up the queen. I think it's too much. Maybe you have to play something like b5. This might be good.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
You're winning a piece now.
I would have to try something like this, but I don't see how I break through here.
You can play maybe knight f6
It's
first.
still dangerous. The rook's coming to e1. Black has to finish development. But he played this all so fast and now he's thinking, so I'm guessing he's out of book. He has been thinking for almost 3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I think the question is whether he plays e3 or d4.
Yeah.
Because
e4 is the most principled.
Black would have prevented all this by just playing bishop e7, so maybe knight bg7 has got him to think.
Yeah. If he's not if he's not in book anymore, then probably he's calculating e4 and seeing whether that is good or not. If black doesn't take, this has to be good for white, at least slightly better.
Yeah.
And with the knight not coming to d7, maybe even more than slightly better.
You can still play on d4.
Maybe, yeah. It's okay. Slightly better, at least, for white. So I think the only question is whether black can take this. But this is very scary. After queen e7, there's even long castles. I don't know, maybe this looks safer. But both of them look very dangerous with the rook coming to e1. But both of them look very dangerous with the rook coming to e1. But both of them look very dangerous with the rook coming to e1. But both of them look very dangerous with the rook coming to e1. Okay, maybe we'll check this game later. But we cannot focus on all the games that are coming to e1. Okay, maybe we'll check this game later. All of them being trained. We cannot focus on all the games. So maybe we'll just focus on the maybe we'll check this game later. All of them being trained. We cannot focus on all the games. So maybe we'll just focus on maybe we'll check this game later. All of them being trained. We cannot focus on all the games. So maybe we'll just focus on maybe we'll check this game later. All of them being trained. We cannot focus on all the games. So maybe we'll just focus on maybe five games. Being trained. We're not going to very focus on all the games. So maybe we'll just focus on maybe five games. Being trained. We're not going to very focus on all the games. So maybe we'll just focus on maybe five games. Being trained. We're not going to very focus on all the games. So maybe we'll just focus on maybe five games. Being trained. We're not going to very focus on all the games. So maybe we'll just focus on maybe five games. The result of that thing is that we're not going to very focus on all the games. So maybe we'll just focus on maybe five games. The result of that thing is that we're not going to very focus on all the games. So maybe we'll just focus on maybe five games. The result of that thing is that we're not going to very focus on all the games. So maybe we'll just focus on maybe five games. The result of that thing is that we're not going to very focus on all the games. So maybe we'll just focus on maybe five games. The result of that thing is that we're not going to very focus on all the games. So there is a problem. First of all, the result of that thing is that we're not going to very focus on all the games. There is a problem. First of all, the result of that thing is that we're not going to very focus on all the games. There is a problem. First of all, the result of that thing is that we're not going to very focus on all the games. There is a problem. First of all, the result of that thing is that we're not going to very focus on all the games. There is a problem. First of all, the result of that thing is that we're not going to very focus on all the games. There is a problem. First of all, the result of that thing is that we're not going to very focus on all the games. There is a problem. First of all, the result of that thing is that we're not going to very focus on all the games. There is a problem. First of all, the result of that thing is that we're not going to very focus on all the games. There is a problem. This.
Ai, é sério, mas até faz de cabeça.
Okay. Sorry about the sound issues for all of you who were not watching. Yeah, as we were checking, this is bishop d6 is probably not a new move, but I was saying that there are bishop e7, and I think c4 is the main move, and also knight takes e4, and yeah, I think c4 is also the main move here, sacrificing a pawn for some development. Black will have a hard time getting the c8 bishop out.
Probably playing c5 next also, no?
Yeah,
Bishop playing again.
c5 is the next move. I don't think that black can avoid it because something like d6 probably runs into a3.
Yeah, before takes a knight d6.
At the very least, there's this. So yeah, then white plays c5, gets a knight to b6. But okay, bishop d6. So the question is how to defend dh2 pawn. And I just play c4.
You can take on h2 and play bishop f4.
Yeah. Maybe this is
I
not
think
so
that's why
great.
he also played g3 instead of h3.
Stopping the bishop from coming to f4.
And also support
Also,
possible
this
f4 later.
probably is okay for black. Maybe not e5 right now. So why not f4? Maybe I can do this first.
Yes.
Yeah. And after queen d4, e5. Santinho.
Sorry.
I guess this is also playable. Maybe something like this. It's okay for this week. I don't know. Yeah.
And you're also probably getting to play d5.
G2 looks okay. Stop h2, you protect f4. Now black did take on e4. So what if I now go c4? What's the difference? I go back with a knight to c5. This looks very shaky. There is
Knight c3 probably, no?
This is probably good for white,
Oh, yeah.
I think. So let's
Now you don't have the e3 before
just
ideas.
like this.
You can play bishop e7 next.
Yeah, but this is the idea, to get like these dark squares. So for example, knight b6 here, or even bishop f4. Bishop f4 maybe e5.
You're allowing later knight c3, knight d5.
There is probably some. There is probably some compensation here, I think. Yeah. But yeah, since the bishop is not on b4 anymore, you don't need to bring it back. So
at least it does feel like slightly improved version of black.
And c5, maybe you even take it.
Yeah. No, but takes you can take on e6 again.
Yeah, but now you cast it, so you are pawn up.
Yeah. True.
So interesting game here. Is bishop d6. It took 12 minutes, so apparently I think he was not really familiar with knight a4, which I find a bit weird, because this is one of the main moves. g3.
So what if you play bishop f3 now? No, he doesn't have d5.
Bishop f3. So the knight can just.
And now play c4.
Can now c4. Castle c5. Yeah. This is probably an improvement. Something like c1 here. Well, then maybe d5. No, d5 I can take it. You know, any other options here? Bishop on d6, bishop e5 is always something to consider, even taking first. Although here there are many moves. Bishop c5, bishop e6, so maybe
Bishop looks a bit shaky.
There's also f5 here. Also,
I mean,
it's a bit
taking
shaky.
queen h6, h5 could be dangerous.
It's definitely
G6.
dangerous.
And
And like queen h4, you attack e4. It's like the dark squares. This looks pretty dangerous for black.
yes.
So I wouldn't want to do this. Are there any other options? Can I take on d4 first? So here I can take on e4 or d4.
Take an e4, you have knight c2. No? Oh no.
No. But you can't just go back. Maybe after bishop d4, yeah, bishop d4 attacks g7. So it's a bit annoying. But you can just go knight f6. I don't think I can win the bishop. Also, this is possible.
Queen takes what you want.
Yeah.
I mean, the king is, even after castling with the pawn g6, I don't think it will be very dangerous without the d4 bishop.
So after takes on d4, maybe bishop e4. There is also this. So now in this position, after knight takes e4, bishop e4, knight c6, there is knight b6, knight c4.
And bishop e7, bishop f4 maybe?
Bishop e7
or bishop e6?
Maybe this just wins a queen.
Yes.
Yeah. So after bishop f3, knight e4, bishop e4, can black save himself? Like knight f5, I don't really trust.
It takes and play knight c3 to d5.
Yeah. If black wants to do this, then it's already desperate. Knight to b5 also looks very weird, and probably this wins something. I think maybe more precise is this.
Why not just c4?
c4, I go knight to a7.
And c5, don't you have the same idea of knight b6, bishop f4? Okay, now you can take on c5.
Yeah, but my idea is that I think this wins a piece. You have to go rook b8. No, it doesn't. Does it? Because now if I can take on c8. If queen takes, then I win the d6 bishop. And if rook takes, then this wins the knight. Maybe you can still trap it, but actually you don't, because d6 bishop saving. So I think that after bishop f3, knight d4 is not an option. That's the point. And if I have to go back to f6, which I think I do, once again this looks pretty bad, with black not being able to castle, for now at least. You can try this, but
I mean,
this must be quite
it's
good.
not even a pawn up for
Yeah.
black.
It has to be better for white. And after this, c4. So I think the point is that bishop f3 looks good in this position. Maybe we'll wait to see what the white player will decide on. Let's see board 3. So this is Antonio Benito versus Lelis Martinez, very well-known player to the Portuguese community. The game started with an Italian, and I've seen Lelis play this system. He likes to play h6 and get his bishop to g7. I remember him beating Ivo quite badly on the first division like 2 or 3 years ago with this system. Queen e7 first, not sure why. Is he going for long castles? Okay, maybe there is a reason to play Queen e7 first. Doesn't really matter now. d4. This is all typical. This always feels a bit like a concession when white takes on e5.
You just waste the two moves to play d4, d5 and get a symmetrical structure.
Yeah. Okay, white is going for playing on the queen side. He will play bishop e3, threatening bishop c5. But black will get f5 eventually. So probably well is now just trying to see how to prepare it. Like knight h5 feels very natural, getting the knight to f4. Because then, let's say white plays knight g3, I can choose between taking on g3 or playing knight f4. If you go something like g3, then the light squares are a bit weak. What do you think?
Not sure.
Your turn.
I mean, it feels like somehow the position should be very close to equal, but bishop at g7 is not very well placed. Question is, how strong would be f5 if he managed to get in?
The computer always says it's not a big deal until it is. Like then you make some mistake and f5 is very strong. So I don't really like playing these positions with white. But there's probably nothing wrong with it. So are there...
the white's counterplay on the queen side seems to be a little bit slow.
Yeah, it's always slow. Which means you always have to think about the king side, how to defend, how to stop black's initiative. What are the options other than knight h5? I'm not sure.
Play a5 maybe.
I'm not sure I want to trade this.
a5 could be a way to...
a5?
Yes. Because e3 is not an option.
I can play b5. I can play bishop a3. Although I'm pinning, which is a bit weird. Maybe rook b1. I don't like...
The problem is that maybe you can play b5 and a4 next to get bishop to a3.
You can go a4 here. Stopping a4. I don't like touching the queen side. Maybe...
Yeah, the pawn could get weak later on.
Maybe a possibility. Let's say rook b1. Yeah, this b5 a4 looks interesting. Maybe the pawn is weak, but also this pawn can get a bit weak. For example, after bishop e6, then you will have the rook tied to the defense of the a2 pawn. So So I would try to look for something else like rook b1.
Then I think you can just take. Just activated already.
I think
Get
it's
rook.
some achievement that you might get an outside passed pawn at some point. Bishop e3 coming. Because now all the plans with f5 look a bit more shaky with the center open. More open at least.
You don't necessarily have to play for f5 also for black.
Yeah, but if you don't play for f5, what you do? You try to exchange this bishop somehow. Because if you play positionally, I think white is better. I mean, now it's different because I lost the center pawn. But
I mean, you have the d4 square now. Potentially for the
that's
future.
true.
Later on, you can play h5, bishop h6 to trade the bishops.
This knight is way too far away from d4.
But you also have the rook d8. I don't know.
That hasn't played yet, right?
No. He's taking a long think. That's unusual for Lewis.
Dois?
Não poder vir.
Acho que não. Let's see the Portuguese player, Kiko. Let's see Kiko. So Kiko is José Veiga, player from Escola de Xadrez do Porto, and he's playing black against Fernando Alem. And white is going for it on the king side. It's a Rui Lopes. Mainline theory, d4. So a bit of a sideline already. Mainline being h3, followed by d4. d4 allows for bishop g4 and h3. This I don't really know. There are some lines with bishop e3. There's d5, which is more or less popular nowadays.
Play everything immediately.
Yeah, but this is clearly some theory or some preparation.
And clearly he didn't know about this because he already wasted 10 minutes.
Yeah, at least with knight a5. What's wrong with knight h5?
I don't say anything.
I wonder if this is the idea, but then you just take with a pawn.
Bishop d5 could be a problem.
Yeah,
There.
bishop d5 could be a problem. Even here, right? After knight h5, bishop d5. Queen d7 loses to this.
Yeah.
And queen e8
Okay, so
feels weird.
but knight a5 gives him a tempo and solves that problem, so why can't you play not that?
Why not?
Because you can play knight h5 and then bishop g5.
Usually the typical move here is f4. After you take something like this, I might get the f4.
You can hang on to the pawn with bishop g5.
Yeah, bishop g5 is possible. Even g5, but
g5 is
so I mean this
a little bit shaky.
with knight coming to f3, there is at least pretty good compensation for the pawn. We will play king h1, rook g1, knight coming to f3.
I mean, you can play bishop h6 after, and okay, the king is not in danger at very least.
Okay, so what would you play in this position?
Could probably start already with bishop h6.
Bishop h6, so I go knight f3. don't think there is an easy way for black to get out of the attack.
But where is the attack leading anyway?
This looks very, very dangerous. So what you
I
want
don't
to play?
feel like
Rook
like
E8, C5.
that should be, yeah, think about C5 probably.
C5, let's... Okay, I have some options like opening the D file for the rooks, or I can also... I think I like opening the D file for the rooks, let's say like this. But let's say I ignore it even, like the king H1. Because I'm playing rook G1, then maybe queen H5, and when you have to get out of the pin, I can go knight G5. I feel like this is dangerous. Maybe even other moves. I don't know. This is probably an option. Going for 97. Just this is also has the idea of bishop G5, right?
Yeah.
Now F4, stopping bishop G5. Queen G4. And this threatens rook D1, winning the knight. So knight F6, queen F3. Yeah, the knights are going back to where they came from. Which
this looks like
very good for whites.
A better version.
Yeah.
But chance.
White will still have to waste some time to get the pieces into the attack, but
I mean, even the bishop on C1 is well placed already.
And you gave up the bishop pair, but didn't get much in return. White will slowly build up. This is...
You can also probably play something like knight d2 to bring the knight to g4 eventually.
Yeah,
so f4 and h2.
I think this is the
Although
main idea. Knight's
rook
coming to
d8,
f4.
you're probably gonna have to move the rook first, because I don't think you wanna trade it.
Yeah. Maybe you can also just play bishop e3 first to connect the rooks. Then play like this. But it's not easy to find black's counterplay. You can try to maybe double on the d file, but there are no entry points along the d file. So I can go knight g3 or knight h2 to g4.
Could like have some ideas like playing king h7 or h8 and then go rook g8 and g6 on this one?
It's an idea. So let's say bishop e3. Maybe this one first. And now king
You're
h7.
just using a tempo for that if you're allowing knight d2 with a tempo. And if you're going for g6, the rook on d8 doesn't do anything.
I just want to trade a pair of rooks. Because I feel like I wouldn't want to give white d5. But yeah, this is also possible.
Problem is that the pawn on h6 is gonna be very weak.
Yeah. Let's say king h1. Rook g1. I'm not really scared that you close it because I will always have h4 at some point.
And you're probably gonna have to take, I think.
Black?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
oh yeah, you can take with the queen. Yeah, never mind.
I mean, he will have to find some good defensive moves, I guess. White already went for king h1, so very direct, going for the king. I guess here let's rook h1 and bringing the knight immediately somewhere around the king. f1, then e3 or g3. And surely black can defend, but
it's kind of a depressing position.
Yeah, clearly white's having a lot of fun here. And we have another Portuguese player, Luís Galego, Grandmaster. He's playing white against Sergio Lopes. Is that how you say it? You are very good in Spanish, so you should know.
I don't know.
I'm going with Sergio Lopes. Or Sergio Lopes. Yeah, it was a French defense. Typical Galego style. It just tries to play a very simple position.
Play the exchange French many times.
Yeah, he likes to play very simple position, but then he's very good at them. Very good with small advantages or maneuvering. But it is also why he many times loses. Like he plays way too passively, and when he tries to start maneuvering, he's already in a lot of trouble. And he goes for c4. This is interesting.
I mean, if you go for c3, you probably can't claim anything.
Well, if you go for e takes d5, you probably can't claim anything.
Yeah, but at least you have some imbalance.
So not afraid of going for the isolated queen pawn. Once again, I can't say much about the opening. He's already giving up the bishop.
King f1? What was that?
Yeah, king f1 is a funny move.
What is the idea?
I think there are a couple of ideas with king f1. First of all, he might be trying to repeat the position and getting a draw, but he's way higher rated, so I mean, I don't know. Galego sometimes doesn't mind a draw, but maybe that's not the idea. Maybe the idea is to get the king closer in an endgame. Maybe he thinks there will be an endgame, but it's way too deep. Is there any
I don't
danger
understand
here?
the move.
Does he want to play d5 and not have bishop h2 in the end? That's also way too deep.
But why not play king h1 then?
Yeah. Well, the king's better placed in the endgame. I have no idea. But those were the only reasons I found. There's also like I want to go knight g1, but it makes no sense in this position. And the king goes back to g1. I don't know, this was a bit weird. But I think he has a good position now.
Yeah,
Because the queen on c4 is a bit weird.
I mean,
you got the pawn to a5.
Okay, so if he plays knight e5, what happens after rook a4?
Probably knight c3.
Knight c3, yeah.
But maybe knight to e4. The queen is a bit misplaced on c4, I think. It will not get trapped on the queen side, but
at the same time, I don't feel like white has enough pieces to make some kind of initiative to compensate for the isolated pawn. I mean, you don't really need to run away with the bishop here.
That's true. You can give
the only question is how weak would be the c6 pawn if black allows a6, b6.
Yeah, I want to go a6.
Although,
so let's say, for example, rook e8.
e6, ba6 might not be completely stupid.
Yeah, this is not stupid.
To play rook b8, okay, not rook b8.
It's actually quite logical. White will waste some time to get this. And in the meantime,
although rook a4 now, followed by queen b5, queen a1. It's good. Then you drop into bishop.
Oh yeah, that's not good. Maybe bishop b4 here. It is already dangerous if I get to play a5. So after this, you would have to. I'm even thinking if after rook e8, if there is not some sort of knight d6, it's probably good because in the end,
Yeah.
there's this.
Okay, but you don't have to play rook e8.
Yeah, rook e8 was
E8.
just
I mean, you can play bishop b4.
a logical move. Yeah, bishop b4. Now maybe rook e2. Yeah, I chose to take on d5. But now, where's the compensation for the weak pawn? I think white has to play e6 to stop e6 from black.
b6 now, I guess.
I'm not sure if b6 or b5. Let's say b6. It's less compromising. c5 can be an option.
If you play c5, then black might
a6, b6
have what he
was
wants. I mean, he probably is going to even have a square on b5 at some point for the knight.
So I guess
the pawn on a7 could be weak.
Yeah, I guess this is the compensation. c6 is a bit weak. a7 can be weak in the endgame. Let's say I just go c5.
Don't like c6.
Not sure who's better here.
The problem is that the knight is far away from b5 for now.
The bishop is probably better than the knight. The big problem is the a7.
For now.
Yeah. Like you can go knight to e5, try to get a knight to c6.
Yeah.
Still, I don't think white has anything in this position. You might just get enough counterplay.
It's something you can also do is instead of playing b6 with b5, to play with the idea of later playing bishop c7 and b6.
With b5?
Yes, instead of b6.
You play b6 already, but I'd say that with b5, not sure if you want to bring the bishop to b6 because that will give up the e5 square, and I can play rook c1 after bishop c7. I have this.
Okay.
He played queen c2, so he's maybe targeting this one. Maybe preparing rook e4 to double rooks. He likes these positions where there are few pieces on the board, but there is something to play for. Here there is the a7 weakness, c6 weakness. Let's say for c1, it feels the most natural, maybe now c5. And once again, I don't know who's better here, but Oleg will probably try to play this for a win. Maybe we'll take a short break and come back in a few minutes with the first part.
Okay.
É capaz. É possível que sim. Tentei tirar, não tenho certeza se consegui. And we are back. So before going to the first part, I would just like to check what happened on the Gallegos game, because there were some quick moves. So they traded basically every piece very quickly, and now suddenly Blake is thinking. So I think there's only one way to protect a7, which is to go b5, for example. But yeah,
I get the feeling that Black should be fine, but that all of a sudden will become trickier.
let's say I just go king f8. There is b5. But
okay, king f1.
Can I?
Okay, b4. I think it's a little bit
before
rushed
it's-
because
yes,
when
because
I get
then-
skipped, the pawn could be weak also.
I'm just trying to see if I can get b5 somehow.
Okay, so king f8 just started king f1 because
king f1, king
like
e7,
king e7 now
lose
that's
the pawn.
c6.
Yeah.
And if you start b5, I feel like at least I gain some tempo because you don't have to play knight c6.
But b5 sort of loses immediately.
Yeah,
here.
true.
So let's say king
King
e8. And we just king e2.
I guess you might have to play f6. This is going to get very tricky for black.
When you play f6, you have the pawns on the
Yes.
squares, which I'm not sure is a bad thing.
The
Because
problem
the
is
bishop
that there are a lot of entry squares for like white's king at some point.
tricky endgame. Let's go back to the first part. It was
Felt like white got the most that you could get in that game. Wow.
yeah, we got e4 after 8 minutes.
Queen b6.
And queen b6. Yeah, so clearly he didn't like this. Understandably,
Yeah.
right? This looks very dangerous. Like b5, you have rook e1, you have even maybe bishop e2.
There are also other options.
It looks
like
quite risky.
long castles are,
Yeah, long
or even
castles.
playing knight e5 might be an option.
In this
Actually,
position,
yeah.
95
Just
is an
noticed.
option.
And now bishop c4 can take on
This
e5,
you
right?
can take. Yeah, bishop c4, I think this is...
Can you
Maybe-
though? I mean, you
maybe
get
not.
f7 in the end.
Yeah.
Okay, you win a pawn,
Maybe
but
you have to do it like this.
no, but then bishop f7.
Yeah, bishop f7 anyway. So maybe here you have to do this.
Mm,
Maybe rook d1, maybe. I don't know.
bishop
But
okay.
I think that even bishop c4
At least
looks
it's very
strong.
dangerous.
Yeah, but bishop c4 looks very strong.
Yeah, but I guess then
So-
knight b7 was probably a careless move. You should have
Yes,
just
probably.
played bishop e7.
Yeah, probably he didn't know this. I mean, he spent some time with on c6, so clearly he didn't know this.
Okay, these e4 ideas are very common in these queen b3 lines.
After e5, this looks pleasant for white. This endgame. Because you have the majority on the king side ready to go.
Okay, you
Now
can win a
he
pawn.
he even sacrificed the pawn. You do get
You do get play.
Yeah.
And the pawns are quite weak. I mean, b3 pawn is weak. d4 pawn is also.
something like this, maybe bishop e6.
And you have the bishop pair.
No, bishop e6 is probably not
Yeah.
the best idea, but castles, bishop f5,
Okay, I want my castle long side probably, so
and then maybe
some
bishop
kind
f5.
of bishop f5 or even bishop g4.
Let's say bishop c4 long castles.
It's not.
Black's trying to
It's
get
not a clear
compensation.
position at all.
It's probably possible. Maybe you shouldn't rush into taking the e4 pawn. Just go bishop c4. b5 is a bit weakening, I think.
Yeah.
a6 gets weak. Maybe bishop b4, castles.
Okay, but it's not clearly worse for black at least.
Yes. He managed to find some way to.
So was there something
find-
that white could have done differently? There's something more?
I mean,
I mean, the queen b after queen b6. What are the
yeah, but
options?
I don't think that white should be going for a big advantage here already.
So was taking on e4 first?
Where?
After okay, e5, knight e4, the queen b3, b3, knight e4.
It's also possible to do it like this. It's just a matter of trying to understand what kind of structure you want.
Yeah.
I don't think that this is what white wants. It's also possible. But try to play against the pawns, but I prefer what white did in the game. So you're saying not taking on e4 here.
Yeah, maybe
return like what, bishop
b3 or something.
Bishop b4.
Yeah, that's another move.
You can play rook c1, but then you give up the a file.
Yeah, but then you probably can play f6 or castles first. Yeah, you're not in time for that.
Also here it is possible
Bishop
not
f4,
to take
no?
like bishop
f4 to protect
bishop
the pawn.
f4,
Then maybe f5.
f5 maybe. f5 f3 looks good for white.
Okay, but
Bishop
probably
c4 next.
But they're probably gonna get some kind of blockade, like take on f3 and then bishop e7, knight f8, bishop e6.
Like this.
Yeah. Unless
Yeah,
knight
but I
g5,
don't-
knight g5 could be strong here.
At g5 there is maybe this move.
What is?
But in general, I don't think like this is a big achievement for black. You have blockaded, but just for now, and white can maneuver.
Okay, white doesn't have to take, so yeah.
So after bishop f4, maybe you take and go bishop b4, and then castles.
Bishop c4 now.
Which is why I. What? Bishop c4?
You should play bishop b4, bishop c4 for white.
If bishop f4 takes, bishop b4. Here, bishop c4?
Yes. Okay, knight b6 maybe.
Even I don't want to
In
play
general,
b5.
b5.
Yeah,
You
I
reckon
never want to play
both
b5.
A and c pawns. Really justifying
But
white to take on b3 with the pawn.
But my point is that I just want to play actively very quickly. So attack the bishop. Maybe knight c5 coming to d3.
Okay.
Trying to justify the weaknesses by playing actively. Bishop e6. d3 pawn is hanging, for example, here.
Okay, but what if you...
I was trying to make this play something like this, but it's probably nothing. Like
I was also considering the other
f4.
one instead of bishop g3.
Okay, so bishop e4, bishop c4, I was playing b5.
How bad is it to play bishop e3, just sacrificing the pawn and trying to play against the weaknesses? And now short castle.
I don't really think that white is any better.
Knight e4. Now some bishop c5 maybe.
Do you prefer white in this position? Even bishop c4 here, maybe.
Okay, maybe it's not nothing. I don't think white is worse, but
I actually think white is worse in this position.
I mean, at least the d6 pawn is falling. I mean, you can play
Here-
take on c4 and
Yeah, take on
And
c4 and
b3.
b4, even b4.
okay, I want to
Maybe
play
b3
b3.
first and b4.
I don't think you need to play b4 straight away.
But that's why I wanted to play bishop e3 immediately. But I don't think that there are still some weaknesses on the dark squares, but
You pawn on b7.
yeah, just bishop e4 check. I don't think white
next
can-
g4 could be a good move there if you
Yeah.
play at c3.
White
Still
is still
thinking,
thinking. Yeah, after 7 minutes, he has time. Black took quite a lot of time to play f6. Queen takes b3 took 18 minutes almost. I think that's white has some chances. Right? Black is the one who has to play for compensation.
Okay, let's maybe
We will
move
have
on
a-
to the
yeah, an
second
interesting
board
game
again.
here. Second board was this Taimanov, and he did play f5. Interesting. So bishop
Indeed.
f3 was played after 15 minutes,
Wow,
f5
half an hour thing for knight
and
c6.
knight c6. Yeah. So we wanted to play this. Which looks good. But something, either he didn't like something on that, or he found something even stronger here.
So, first question is, what do you take with?
Yeah, there are 3 possibilities, and I cannot discard any of them.
I probably wouldn't very much like bc6 straight away because
Yeah.
the bishop on d6 looks a little bit.
But you get the b file. This one is the one I
Yes, I mean,
I don't like.
you don't like that?
I don't
was thinking
like
about it.
knight b6
Okay, unless there's something. Okay, rook b8 now.
because now the rook is not on an half open file.
Okay, maybe the problem with this line is that you can take on a4 and the structure is just very bad.
Yeah.
Like knight c4 or something.
Knight c4 might win something, right? Because bishop e7, bishop f4 wins.
Yeah.
So is dc6 losing? Knight b6. I don't think there is an option. Here there is also not an option. I'm attacking d6, so the only way to either you move it or this also. Does this lose immediately?
Bishop
Sure.
g5. I mean, it feels like now bishop f4.
Yes, it loses. Also, this is the same. So you have bishop e5, you take and play bishop f4. So I think that dc6 loses immediately.
So
Right.
what is queen c6 now?
Is bc6? I'm trying to see if it also loses. Rook b8 and now the same. You can sacrifice on b6, but let's first check this. Here you have this move at least, which looks terrible,
Yeah.
but it doesn't lose material like immediately. Although, yeah, knight takes d6 or bishop takes d6 looks completely
Yes.
crushing.
Although you also have the option to sacrifice and exchange, which
Yeah.
you didn't in the other line.
Here you have rook b6. But here I can even
Oh no, but I don't
decide
think,
whether-
I don't think when I sacrifice like that, because now you got getting the bishop on c8, the terrible piece. But you can, like in the end of that line, instead of playing d6, just play queen a7 or queen b7.
Where? Here.
No,
Takes,
take.
takes. Knight
Knight
c4,
c4, bishop
bishop
e7, bishop f4, queen e7, I guess. And if you get d5, bishop f6 in,
I might be
it
tempted
could.
even to play like this. But okay.
Oh, yeah, that should be. Yeah, but that line should actually be good for white if you get knight d6 in.
Yeah, but you're going to play d5. That's
No,
some
I'm
solid structure.
talking about not taking the exchange sacrifice.
Play knight d6.
Knight d6 should be, because you don't want to play king f8, I guess.
Is there any way to win immediately?
Okay. Black should actually play the move, so maybe. What did he play?
Black played
Queen
queen
c6.
c6.
Yeah.
The third option. I'm expecting to see white play
I think knight
quickly
c6.
because it took like half an hour to knight c6. He should know what to do here.
Yeah, but sometimes if you take so much time, it's also because you're not sure what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, I guess knight b6 is the only sensible move now.
Rook b8, only move. And now what happens
Is
if I
bishop h5 some kind of idea?
bishop h5?
Oh, queen d4, you just have e5. Yeah. Never mind.
Also castles.
Oh, castles too. Okay, then it's not a good idea. You can take with a queen here also.
The d6 angle.
Yeah, but this is. No, I don't think you wanna take on e4 now.
Maybe the idea is the same, just to play like this.
But this just
But
looks
now
like a
before
much worse version. You can't even move your knight on b6. I mean, unless you have some kind of c4, c5. For that, you can just play immediately. What? I mean, maybe c4 now. No?
here. Yeah, it's
Although,
possible.
I'm trying to think if there are some ideas with c5, but the knight on b6 would be hanging in some lines.
Trying to get rid of the lines, but I can't. So knight c4 is also possible here.
If hanging
I
the
don't
knight
see
on
why.
okay.
I don't see why knight b6.
Okay, so if you play c4 without the knight on b6, then you actually have the option of playing c5. Next move.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what's the big deal about this. I could just go bishop e7. We're gonna go knight b6 eventually, but this might transpose.
What about some after c5 some kind of queen d3? Trying to pressure the. Oh, but so and I want to play knight c3 next.
Knight c3 might run
Or
into knight
b4
c5.
first. The question is, what can black do?
Maybe this.
I don't think I wanna take. Pretty much just.
If you don't take, isn't my knight too strong?
I wanna play bishop c4. Probably have bishop f6 maybe. But if I take, I'm a pawn down probably. Although I can play bishop before. Yeah. Okay.
And knight b6.
Okay, then I'm happy with white.
So maybe this is an idea to play slowly played knight b6 already. And after rook b8, I don't see other move other than bishop takes e4. Because if you allow black to castle easily, then
Okay, what if
maybe
you
you're
play
still a
queen
bit
e3
better.
again?
Queen d3.
To also get the option of knight c4 at some point, maybe.
Can I do this?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not sure. There is probably this annoying move. And now take on b7. Take on his yeah, take on a6, attack the knight. This is probably good for white, I think.
I'm actually not sure. I mean, you're gonna play knight a4 and bishop c5 next, maybe.
I can stop knight a4
Yeah.
if I want,
Yeah.
and then just try. I mean, this pawn looks very, very dangerous because the bishops are well placed.
Yeah. Knight is actually trapped.
I think that knight c5 probably is too much. Bishop c5 might be possible. I can, for example, play like this. Get the pawn back.
Queen c2 now, maybe. 7. Queen c6 probably, and then castles.
Queen b4, queen c5.
Yeah. It's probably
I don't know.
feels like somewhat
it
equalish.
feels a bit better for white.
Although black
Like
does have the
this,
best
for
pawns.
example. Black has what? Best, yeah, but it's not gonna get very far, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
But it feels like very little at least. So
He
bishop
didn't
c5
play.
might be a move.
He's not played yet, is he? No.
He played rook b8. Now, yeah, whether to take on e4 or try to play a bit slower. Like queen d4.
Bishop e5 maybe?
Bishop e5?
Oh no, never mind. Fuck this.
Just
Got
castle.
mixed up with the lines where the queen was at c7.
And maybe rook d1.
Okay.
Is bishop c5 possible?
Okay, bishop b4 I guess is forced.
Or this one.
Yeah.
Also possible.
Okay, take on. I'm thinking about with
Knight maybe.
Okay, no knight, no, because you just take there
This
and then
loses.
take on c5.
Yes, take on
Yeah.
c5. So knight loses, I think. This and b4 because I want to attack these pawns. So probably b4. Knight has to go to e4. And this.
You get a pawn. No, take on d7.
I'll take on d7, even better, yeah. Looks good to white.
You probably might even want to take on e4 first.
I mean, probably I want just play like c4. Wait for the right moment.
Maybe d5 now.
d5 I take it.
You know, take it.
I can take with rook or knight.
But at least you don't get the rook on d7 now.
Yeah, I can also
Although
do this.
Although the bishop cannot move.
This also looks quite nice. This and here.
I don't see why you're delaying to take the pawn.
Because you can't move. So I'm playing basically a lot of material up. I actually think that this is just completely lost.
Yeah, possibly.
right? I'm gonna advance the pawns on the queen side as I want. I will take on e4.
Yeah.
You can't move. This is this
Yeah,
is
that's a good
completely lost, I think. So it's queen
But you
e4
don't have to
move.
play bishop c5.
Yeah, bishop c5 was just a
Probably
try.
bishop c7. Maybe.
Bishop c7. Now I think I have to take on c8. Because the bishop hasn't moved, but if I go back,
I get d5 in probably.
yeah, in b5, bishop will play. But then what does white have in this position? Maybe you have to take here.
Take on e4 first, no?
Here.
Yeah.
Can I take on c2? Probably
take on
not.
d6.
Or maybe
Or,
rook c1
no, rook
wins.
c1. Yeah.
This is also annoying. I think white has good options. Maybe this was smart. This knight takes c6.
But that's sometimes the problem position. There are so many options.
Yeah, you can only play
And you
one of
don't
them.
have the option to put on the board and check them out carefully. And miss statics, so and this clock is running. Half an hour is not that much in this position.
It's only after 13 moves. If he doesn't finish the game quickly, he will probably miss the time. Okay, I like this queen d4 move. Because black is completely dominated. But yeah, the bishop is coming to c7, and white will have to find something when it comes to c7.
So
When Gallego already drew, let's just check the game. So after b5, they just agreed
just
to draw.
agreed to draw.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Is there any repetition, or did they just decided not to play on?
I think they just.
If there was a repetition, they would play it.
Yeah. What's more surprising is that it seems that the draw from the black player.
Yeah. Maybe black is a bit better. I don't know.
I don't feel like it. I mean, I feel like it should be equal, but at the same time, I do feel like black probably would have to be a little bit precise.
Yeah.
Because you still have to waste some time with black to bring the king in. White is a little bit faster.
So can these guys play for anything, or could they? They were both on 4.5 out of 5, I think. Where's Sergio? Yeah, they were both on 4.5, so they both finish with 5 points out of 7. Okay, let's check the other games.
So, what was happening on board 3?
Board 3. Yeah, he took on e4. So no queen d4. Maybe now queen d4. I don't know.
Yeah, let's give him a couple of moves now.
Let's get back to the game eventually.
Like he's
He
going
left
for
here.
the
He went for your move, a5.
Queen b3 played.
Queen b3, also logical. Developing the queen, protecting b4. And now a4. So releasing the tension, but asking some questions to white.
Yeah, but little has having none of the attacking ideas with f5 is just trying to play positionally, it
Yeah.
appears.
Which I think here might make some sense now that the pawns got to a4. There is this weakness. The a4 pawn can be a weakness, but can also help to create a weakness on a2.
Well, he played a3.
a3, but now there is a weakness on b3. Rook d8, knight to e3, c6, bishop b2. So he's going for c4.
He's going for c4 and c5 probably.
h5 is going for bishop h6 probably. Bishop no longer does anything. G7.
He probably wants to get the knight versus bishop anyway.
I feel like white is doing well. He will play c4. This a4 pawn might be a bit of a weakness.
He'll probably have the option to play b5 at some point. I mean, before the pawn gets to c5 for white.
Let's say like this, for example.
Yeah, I mean, you have to do it immediately.
Yeah, but this you either by taking or playing c5.
Although then you have the time to take on b5, play rook d1 and bishop h6, you have knight d5.
Yeah.
Probably the other rook, no?
I don't know, I would put this rook on c1.
White has the option not to play with c8 first, and I wanted to get the b1 square for the queen.
Yeah, but
unless you want to get
here, for
put the queen
example,
on e2.
This might be annoying. I don't know. I mean, there's a pawn hanging.
Okay.
It's complicated, but he did play c4.
Knight g4.
Knight g4. So another idea behind h5. I don't think that white wants to take.
No.
It's possible, but it's
You
always
might
a bit
have
annoying.
some problems with h2 later.
Yeah.
And you don't need to take.
Maybe it's just a very good move.
What if you
Because
just... I mean, you can play
what do you
h3
do?
probably. If necessary.
Then I get some time.
Oh, you're setting rook d2. Okay.
There is this.
Yeah. But even, I mean, you can also play just rook ad1 first, I guess.
Yeah. But then maybe I take it.
Queen takes. Rook takes. And, oh, the pawn is nothing. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I feel like starting to get a bit of an initiative. White is probably okay, but
I mean, at the
once
very
again-
least, you can also play knight f1 maybe.
yeah. Now can I do this? Probably
Or if
not.
I just ignore it.
You just take it, and there are probably some problems with the e
I
file.
don't even need to take, I think.
Yeah,
I
that's
can
true.
just play rook ad1.
f5 is probably a
I
bit
mean-
stupid. Yeah, knight f1 is possible. Might be a good move. Because the knight will probably have to go back to one of these squares, probably f6. And the knight can then return to the game.
I mean, you don't even need to play h3 next or f3. The knight is doing nothing on g4 for now. You just play rook ad1. I mean, black probably plays now rook d7, I think, or rook d6,
Then I just go rook d1.
rook d8.
Now, if the pawn wasn't hanging, I could take here.
I mean, you can still take it.
Yeah, but I don't want to allow the queen to c4.
What about h3 now? You probably, because I think you need to go to
f6.
If you go to f6, I take on a4, and then after all trades on c4, I can take on e5.
Can you?
Like
you wanna take
no,
here?
on a4,
And I take here,
rook d1,
and I take here,
queen d1.
and I take here.
Okay, it's just a message error actually.
Probably this is good for white. Maybe not because of queen 7.
Yeah.
We are very far from the game. So knight f1 I think is a good try. Not sure what black would like to do here. Maybe just bishop h6. Improving.
Yeah, okay, d1 again.
Yeah, I think I like white's position. But
You like black?
I like white's position. But black
I feel like
looks very
should
active.
be equal.
It should be okay, yeah.
It's one of those positions that when you put on the engine, it's just a bunch of zeros.
But I think Claudius is very good at like making these moves,
Yeah.
asking small questions, and making the opponent make mistakes. I think it's very hard to play Lelis and not make a couple of inaccuracies at least. Okay, so what's the next game? Kiku. Let's see Kiku. What's happening? Did he manage to stop the attack? He went king h8. So getting out of the g file, maybe playing rook g8, stopping some bishop takes h6 stuff, maybe. He's trying to set up a blockade on the dark squares, I think. White is bringing
I'm a
the
little bit
pieces.
surprised that he could have played rook a8 first before knight h7 if his plan was to play rook a8. Because at least he would have the option to take on d1 without bishop e3.
Yeah, that's true. Is there some problem here?
I mean, imagine the
Can
move would be rook g1 or rook
be a
g1.
move? This doesn't stop knight h7.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
I guess. So bishop e3.
Maybe you want to play rook a8 without the option of rook g1.
Okay. Bishop e3.
Or maybe just forgot to play rook a8, who knows. Bishop e3.
Yeah,
Obviously
e1.
black would be very happy with trades. Most of the trades, because white still has positional trumps and the bishop pair. And he's going for counterplay on the queen side.
Rook a1.
Yeah, rook a1. What's this move?
I guess he didn't want to
it's
play
true that
a3 before.
And it's true that the rook's not doing a lot more on e1 than on a1. So it's kind of interesting actually. b4. Wow.
You want to take a bit. It's logical actually. I mean,
Yeah, because
bishop on b3 will be a monster.
Yeah.
Although
Now,
you are giving up a
logical
pawn.
would
Oh,
be
no,
a4.
not immediately.
What pawn?
If you took on b3,
on
bishop
b3.
e3, queen c3 could be an option.
I think that loses
But
a
queen
knight.
c, yeah. C1. Okay, I mean, not immediately. You still have knight d4.
Now I want to win something.
But probably take on c3, knight f3, and rook c7 or something.
Yeah, I was trying to trap the knight, but I don't think I can.
I mean, the bishop is hanging, the f7 pawn is hanging. It's probably just very good.
There are
for
so
white
many
stuff.
things, like even queen h5, maybe threatening bishop
Queen
h6
h5
at some
also.
point. I don't know, but yeah, it looks
Okay.
it looks very bad.
So
And rook d1. Why does white suddenly
That's-
want to trade rooks?
that's surprising.
So the rook, he could have traded on d8. He went rook a1, queen a5, rook a1, b4, and rook d1. Very
Right.
weird.
Could
Does
have
this
just
make
played,
any difference? The fact that
I mean, you could have just played knight g3, no?
I think so.
Because even some kind of a5 can just play e3
And even
if
a4,
necessary.
isn't a4?
Yeah, probably can play 4, but I mean, just in a purely attacking perspective,
Knight g3, yeah.
to play rook g1 next to.
Problem is that you will never be able to checkmate black.
You're gonna play knight
just
h5
wanna-
next,
Yeah,
and rook g1.
I don't think you will ever
I don't-
checkmate, but you do want to get the most out of the attack,
Yeah.
like
I
win
mean,
some
you do
material.
have a problem with the bishop on c2.
Yes. Right now it's controlling d3 and d1, which is nice, but in an endgame or when attacking, you would like the bishop to
Yeah.
be a bit better placed. I think that black is actually
She might actually just be fine now.
yeah might be fine. Like there is bishop g5, trying to trade dark square bishops. There is just knight g5.
I mean, if you start doing some pieces, it could even get better for black because of that c2 bishop. If you trade
Not
the
sure.
dark square bishops,
Not sure, because you have the bishop pair and the knights don't really have good squares. But here, if you can trade dark squared bishops, maybe the knights will have good squares on f6, f4.
okay, it's far away from f, but if you see some kind of endgame without the queens and without the rooks, eventually black will have the idea of playing g6.
But g6 will never be like that
Because
great because
if
you
you
take
you probably get some squares for your knights on e6 and then on g6. And if you don't take any, you can take on f5 and then get some pawn on f6, and it's still a little. And
what happens if this bishop takes? Maybe just this. I don't mind trading pieces that much. Yeah, but I like bishop g5. I think that black has no problems. I would probably prefer black here. Although after this, like queen e3 for example, there are dark square weaknesses. You can go h4,
okay, you can take on
even
d1
f4.
and play maybe queen d6, or just move the knight
Bishop
to
e2.
protect the squares, like knight knight. Where do you want your knight? Before, instead of queen d6, I mean, some knight of.
Knight
I mean, I'm not sure where you want your
7.
knight.
I think e7.
Yeah, I guess you want to ping your knight to d6.
Yeah, but then h4,
And knight h7.
queen d2, or maybe knight g3.
And
Actually, I
it's-
like white.
I don't think. I mean, with the bishop on e2, I don't think you can have anything.
This bishop?
You're gonna bring your knight to d6. Knight c8.
I would like to play a
Next
4
move,
pawn.
I'm gonna play knight f6.
This is a problem.
Knight f6 and knight d6, and you're gonna be stuck protecting your e4 pawn.
Bishop g5. Looks good, but okay. There is some calculation to be done, I guess.
Okay,
Some details
maybe let's move into the next game.
they'll have to figure out. Should we go to
Okay.
board 6? We haven't watched board 6 yet.
Let's just
But
if
also
there's
it-
some interesting games.
Also, it doesn't look very interesting. I mean, it looks like white is better. A7 might be weak.
I mean-
the rook is.
Depends on what the knight on a6 is doing, because it could be just kind of trapped.
But I'm going a5 next. And the knight on
Yeah.
b6 is actually helping to promote the
Yeah,
pawn.
true. So
This looks very good for white. I'm even looking at something like.
I'm trying to think
Let's say a
90,
stupid
some
move
kind
like
of
king
98
f8.
in knight c7. Although a5 is fast.
But 98, I just go a5.
Yeah. It's not fast enough.
And I'm looking at something like, for example, king f8. I'm looking at this idea of defending with bishop d8, but probably
Yeah.
this is good enough.
Okay, you're giving some counterplay. Rook d1 and bishop d5.
Yeah, it's true.
And at the very least, I'm not losing to some b6 with sacrifices.
Yeah. So maybe this is a bit too much. Maybe you can prepare it. Maybe you can just do something like king g2, improving the pieces. I don't know. There is a pawn hanging. I didn't see this. Now if a5, maybe bishop d8.
Okay, now
Now
maybe
maybe
it's an
you
option.
can take it.
Although, I mean, I still feel like black should always be in time to sacrifice some pieces
Yeah.
if necessary.
And there is a problem here, which is that
I mean, bishop c8 now.
bishop c8 and now knight g4 might be very, very annoying. Well, you always have king g2, but okay.
Okay, I think
So
sacrifice is too much. So
It's actually quite sharp, this position.
oh, but okay. So there's the option of if you play bishop d8, you just have bishop b7.
Bishop?
b7,
Yeah, cool.
and you actually win an exchange.
So is black just lost? Or is there anything to do?
Okay,
So
play
what-
bishop b3.
Bishop b3.
Mm.
Okay. Also this I didn't see.
So you have to play rook a1, I guess.
I think rook a1 is forced. They're like bishop b7. But then you take on d1 and on a4. I played rook a1.
So
Once again,
okay,
how to stop a5.
now it does have the option of playing bishop d8 if he wants, and also knight d5 now.
Knight d5 is also possible. Bishop d5 is possible. So let's
So,
say
I mean,
knight
you-
e5.
Let's start with bishop d5 because I think it's more forcing at least. I guess
can
you have to
take
take.
it. And can I play a5?
Yeah, just take on e3.
Yeah, and the problem is that you can take on b6.
Yeah, and if you take then bishop c5, and, I mean, actually black is playing for the win there.
Yes. I just want to make this trick of going b7, but it doesn't work. So after bishop d5, what can I do? Can I play
You can
rook
play
c1?
but there at very least you can play bishop e3.
Bishop?
At very least you can play bishop e3, I guess.
Can I play this? No?
Oh, right. You know that I can do. Okay. So, what happens if...
What happens after takes? Do I want to take with a rook or with a pawn? I think with a rook, because if I take with a pawn, I have no way of getting a rook out of c8. My rook is more active, but it's also defending the pawn. But if I get with the pawn to c7, then I can take the rook off. So
Oh, I don't know.
interesting choice.
So if you take... Let's see if
Can
you
you stop the pawn here? That's an important question.
You have to play knight d8 or knight d4 to play knight d6 next, yeah?
Then, like a5.
Okay, you take.
Take, go here.
And knight c8.
Knight c8, there's knight c8.
Yeah.
So I have to do something like this.
Knight c8 again, I guess.
Now suddenly
And then
this pawn is...
just stuttering your pawn.
So after knight e8, can I do anything? To promote the pawn. c7, maybe this. Or even,
So
this might be more
if you play
precise.
a5, well, okay, I think it's probably okay. That is just lost for white, no?
Yeah, I think so.
So,
Which is why I wanted to play c7 and then knight b4.
but you don't need to play a5 yet.
Yeah.
Okay, you can start with knight c8. Although knight c6, I think wins the pawn. No, oh, what? Never mind. Yeah, bishop e6.
It loses the pawn.
A7 pawn is hanging. It's not hanging.
So maybe the point is to, maybe the move is to take with the pawn. He went for
okay,
knight
probably
e5.
can play knight e8 now. Okay, knight
Let's
e5.
see what happens after knight e5. So you can move bishop, you can take the knight. So let's see the forcing option first. What happens here?
Okay, you have
can
bishop
go
c5
bishop
at
d8.
very least. Bishop c5, bishop d8 is an option.
But bishop
too.
c5 looks terrible, no? We just take it.
Okay, you get the best pawn too.
Yeah, it's true. And the knight is actually a bit misplaced.
I mean, the bishop will do a very good job at protecting the best pawn.
Yeah, I was trying to do this, but
I mean, even bishop b7 there.
here. Or bishop e7 first, yeah. Whatever.
Okay.
This is good. I think bishop c5, bishop takes might be good for white because of this move.
Okay, what if you...
Because the c pawn is then weak.
If you play bishop e7 straight away, then you do knight c7 again, yeah?
And rook c1.
So what about bishop c4?
Here?
Yes. No, after b6.
Okay, this one as well.
Take on e2. Okay, oh no, that is just fine. Yeah. Okay, then
Probably
then
this
I
one.
can play.
This possible. And then I can either play rook c1,
That is kind of a draw
or
for
I
now.
can try to do this and try to calculate
Oh.
everything until the end.
Bishop c6, no? You don't wanna
Yeah, bishop c6.
use a tempo.
And this.
Okay, that does sound lost. It's very least I
because
can play
the
king f1.
Yeah, king f1 and then knight d6.
Knight d6. Okay, so bishop c5 is probably not an option.
Yeah, but there, okay, he
But you can
didn't go
play-
for bishop b5. He
you can
could
play
play
bishop
bishop
d8.
d8 and this one, which I'm not sure. It looks dangerous, but is also an option, like bishop b4, for example. Not sure whether that's good or not. Maybe bishop d8 first is good, and then they try to take. Okay, he went for bishop d2, which is logical. You prepare e4, the bishop cannot come back anymore.
Yeah.
What's Black's idea here?
You can play knight c7, I guess.
Knight
Try to
c7.
trade that knight.
Yeah, because this knight is a bit misplaced, but it's also
You can-
useful.
He might be able to play knight b4. No. Oh, no,
What's
no,
the
no, no.
idea?
I just have bishop b7. Or bishop d7.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So knight c7 is not an option. Oh. Does it work?
So maybe it is an option.
Okay, so if I start with bishop d7 rook d8, is there some tactic there?
Don't think so.
There's nothing here. Okay, and we still have after
There
rook
is
d8, there's the option of
bishop
bishop b4.
Here?
Yeah, bishop b4.
What's the bishop e4?
b4.
Why b4? What about b4? I was
Oh, no,
thinking
no,
about
take on
bishop
a6,
c3.
bishop e7 and rook e7.
There is bishop c3, but you can take.
Yeah.
Now, doesn't matter with what you take, you will defend this pawn. So knight c7 might be an option. And here knight b4 is an option. I don't know, it's a very sharp position. Like a4 is hanging, there is always this a5 idea. For example, after knight c7, can I just go this? Probably not, c6 hangs.
Yeah.
Can I go this?
But yeah, but now you can take and the rook on c7 can actually defend the pawn.
Yeah.
You play bishop c5 now.
Bishop c5 is. So can I do this? But now bishop b4 maybe?
You also have...
Not bishop
Okay,
b4
no.
loses a piece.
No, you don't have a5 cards. Bishop b6.
This might be annoying. After knight c7, just taking the knight and stopping bishop c5.
Okay. Yeah, bishop b4 first to rook b1.
Yes. This looks very bad. It is an option, but it looks dangerous.
a6 there. I don't think you should rush with.
I think I can.
Oh, right.
Okay, we have a move. Knight c7.
97.
Yeah, now this looks dangerous, I think. Let's get rid of this. What to do here? So the problem is that a7 is weak.
You might have to place some kind of bishop d8 to play rook c8 and protect the pawn that way.
Bishop c8, bishop d8,
e5, rook c8.
a5, rook c8.
Although takes and okay, if you take, you might probably take with a bishop, I guess. Right?
What if I do this?
Bishop c4.
Bishop c4 and rook d1.
Ace. Okay, take on a5
Take on a5, take on a7.
and bishop c7.
This, or maybe this first.
Okay, don't take on a5 maybe. It's probably unnecessary.
Yeah, but if you don't take on a5, I'm going rook d7, so you have to do something about that.
Okay, so
I can even go like a6 and then rook d1, rook d7.
but then no, I don't think you wanna play a6.
Yeah, that's why I play rook d1 first, but
So bishop.
whenever I want to stop that option, I can go a6.
Let's just play bishop e6 instead of bishop c4.
Bishop
e6.
e6. Okay, rook d1.
Now what is your threat?
No idea.
Let's see. So let's start with bishop c7.
Bishop c7. And now maybe this.
Rook
d8 is possible.
and I want to play rook e8 anyway next move.
That is annoying.
Okay, let's just suppose that white does nothing. What if black actually don't? I don't get rook e8 might actually be a bad move.
So in without taking on a5, this was bishop no, not this one. Also not this one. Bishop e6 and bishop c7. So let's say I just go king g2.
Yeah.
You're saying that rook d8 is not so good?
Yeah, I'm just worried about rook c1 now.
Rook c1?
Which is a move that, I mean, white can play just
I can
instead
play
of
here, right?
g1. Yeah.
But then I can go back to d8.
Yeah.
Also another way of playing is trying to get the a file, but I don't see how.
Problem is that you will always have the option of rook e8 to protect the pawn and some kind of rook a6.
If I go like f4, then you can probably just take. I'm trading way too many pieces. So This was with bishop d8. Can we improve on this? On a5 maybe? Or maybe here on rook b1?
Okay, so rook d1 actually, instead of a5?
Rook d1?
Instead of a5. After bishop d8.
Rook d1?
Yes. Oh, no.
Yes. This one.
Never mind, bishop is still on d3.
But
Yes.
a5, rook
So
c8.
what about in...
What if rook
then
a3
rook-
now?
I was thinking about rook a3, the previous move actually.
Yeah, also possible. But I like a5. I think it puts some pressure.
But the thing is, I wanted to gain a tempo with rook d3 or rook d1 or something. Because you always have the option of playing a5 at some point.
And here,
The problem is that bishop is going to protect this 7 square.
there is this.
Okay, rook d3,
Bishop e7.
bishop c7. But bishop e7, a5 is not a move, yeah? Or is
I
it?
don't know. Is it?
Okay, I don't think it is. You're actually risking it with white, I think. So okay,
bishop e8.
if you start with a5 and then rook a3, what was the difference?
The difference is that now
Okay, but
the rook
now
is
you
not
might be
protected.
able to thread
Play this.
rook d3 and play bishop d7.
Yeah, because now I want to play this one.
So
Is that really a threat, by the way? We were playing, what were we playing here? Bishop c7, I think.
yeah, but now I think it's... Is it different?
Is this really a threat?
Yeah, you're getting as king to e8 now.
I'm not sure.
Bishop g5? Is bishop g5 something? Or first taking on a6? Because I don't think I want to give the pawn. Then I think you can take on a5. And then play bishop e6. And you're better.
Yes.
So you first have to take on a
So maybe
b6,
this-
which is not kind of what I wanted.
So maybe this bishop d7 is not such a great idea. And then what to do? a5. I think that black wants to do no, a5 no, because bishop comes to c5, so we're checking bishop e3 and now bishop d8. What does white want to do? The plan is clear, it's just to put pressure on this structure, but how to do it?
Can you play f4 now?
For looks good.
No, is that if you take with the bishop and f4 back, you lose connection with the g1 a7 area now.
Maybe this move.
Then a5.
Then you
I
lose.
can take. Okay, so rook a3 first.
a3.
Bishop
And
e5 and
a5. Okay, let's say here.
I take with the pawn.
Take with the pawn.
Or I just take on b6, actually.
Maybe even better. So maybe f4 is good. I'm
The
not
question
sure
is what. I mean, even if you play like bishop e6 now,
Yeah.
whether the pawn actually does something there.
is this anything. Probably it is, but you'll have to play slowly. Like king f, you have to bring the king. There's always this pawn hanging, which I don't know when black can take. For example, here, you know, bishop e3 can. Oh yeah, we were playing bishop e6 here. Should we move to other games?
Yeah,
Maybe
I
we have
guess so.
to. Well, he played a5
Without
without taking on c7. So what happens here?
bishop b7.
Bishop b7 and
Still, so rook c2.
rook d8 or rook c2. Yeah, there has to be something based on the pawn like this. So if you take,
Yeah.
this probably wins.
Okay, bishop c5. That,
Bishop c5.
yeah, that just control that.
So what's so okay? So maybe let's keep with this game because it's very very sharp.
Okay, knight a6.
Can I take on b6 first?
Yeah, but I mean, you can just take on b6 at the very least.
Yeah,
And
but
play
then
bishop c5.
can I do this?
Ah. That I did miss.
Very very direct play. Well, if it works, it works. Does it work? For example, bishop c5. I think I can just take it.
Yeah, there you win the pawn.
Right? Do I have anything else? Like ba5.
Okay.
But then maybe I take and
Okay, you can play bishop. Can you? No, you can play
take with a
bishop.
bishop or take with a rook. Probably not with a rook because of bishop c5. Yeah, what happens after takes?
I guess rook a5.
Rook a5 and now I take this.
Rook takes.
And bishop c5.
Bishop c3 can just take and play rook c7, yeah?
Yes. This.
Okay, so bishop c5.
So b takes a5.
You can also maybe start with bishop b7.
Bishop e7. Yeah, now
Yeah,
this,
no, take on c7. Or that also probably wins a piece.
or an exchange at least.
Just take on c7 straight away, no?
Here?
Yeah. Oh. Never mind.
So ba5 probably loses to bishop b7. Because the main difference between bishop b7 in the move before was that you didn't have this bishop takes a5. Bishop. Loses is maybe a strong word, maybe. Yeah, but here a5 drops.
Okay, you might have bishop b4. Although, no, you just take on a5.
Yeah.
Okay. No, you cannot give the exchange.
If it doesn't lose, it's at least very close to it. So, yeah, so if you can take on a5, what do you do? This is, once again,
Okay, so you don't necessarily need to take on a5. So
on a5 or a6.
So let's suppose knight d6 maybe.
Knight e6.
Although I'm
Okay,
kind
I
of scared
like
for knight
this.
d3. Now I wanna play some knight c5.
Yeah, but this I don't think.
Yeah, it's probably.
This is similar to what we were looking before. Like, I think I wanted to play. What did I want to play in this position? Is b6 good here? I think so.
Why is it?
Right? Still can take.
Ah, this.
I
But
mean,
there's
maybe
some
you
fight
can. Yeah.
in this position. Play bishop e6 and c4 and make white work to win some pawns.
This maybe wins an exchange. Also possible is, I think, knight to d4. Knight to d4. The problem is that this knight is more or less trapped.
But hold on, when I play 96, I get this feeling that the bishop on b3 could get in danger somehow. Like rook a3, where do you put your bishop? You have
I
c2.
will not move my
Oh,
bishop.
right. So bishop e1, you have bishop c4, I guess.
There is bishop. There are many
Yeah.
squares for the bishop.
It feels a bit loose.
Can I do this then?
e8, yeah.
I can even choose
No,
what piece to take. Oh no,
you
I
need to
have
take on
to take
a6.
this.
What about bishop c4 now?
Here, yeah, also possible. Yeah, I don't like bishop d7. 96, I think, is an interesting move. Bishop e3. Maybe against knight d4 I can just play like... Oh no, I cannot play like this. And it is very hard now to get to the b6 pawn.
Okay, maybe you should just give the player some time to consider their options.
Yeah, there's also this, for example. Yeah, let's let the players play. So I don't think we have much time. Let's maybe just try to see what's going to happen on the top boards. I'm just checking to see if there is any interesting game we'd like to see. Yeah, let's just see what happens on the top boards. So who's going to take the title? Yeah, we left the game around here. So he didn't take the pawn. Looked like black got some compensation. He also didn't play bishop c4, which is the move I was trying to make. He went for long castles. Okay, he gets the king out of the center, gets the rooks almost connected, so he still has to take the bishop out, and still the pawn on e4 is attacked. So black defended the pawn with bishop f5 and knight to c4. I don't see what white has that's so great.
I'm guessing he just didn't like the activity black would have when he took the pawn. So just taking a position approach.
He played b5.
Yeah, b5 seems a little bit unnecessary.
I don't see why he would weaken. Was there any threat? Like maybe knight a5. Maybe knight a5 was an annoying threat.
But you can play bishop e4 for that, no?
Yeah, bishop e4. I played like this. Defending b3. Now coming to b4.
I don't see
I like
any
black's
advantage
position.
for white now. It actually could get dangerous for white actually.
mean, I think black had a draw here, no? Because I don't think you can give up the b3 pawn.
Yeah.
And here, at least you have a draw.
Okay, can play
You
king
can play
d2,
king
but
d2, but
I don't buy it.
yeah. So I think maybe black is playing for the win already.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Something happened with white's position. It looked like a good position, but suddenly, I think around here, not sure if e5 was a mistake. Or if, yeah, something went wrong for sure, because this doesn't feel good for white anymore. There is still d4 pawn, so you can play, for example, rook e1, just try to, black will have bishop f5 possibly. Yeah, I like black's position.
Yeah.
What about it was Bjorn that had 4.5 as well, or 5.5? No, it was actually white.
Yeah.
So Jesus.
Jesus Duque.
And it was, this game was interesting. So he went for queen d4, but after taking on e4. Maybe he was scared of some bishop c5 or knight c5, which we were looking at, and looked very good for white. Because I feel like queen d4 was more precise. Here it was e5. This creates some weaknesses. Okay, finally black managed to get the knight out of b6. So what happens if we go for the
Used to play
most normal continuation?
you just that just drops f2.
That drops f2, that's true.
I think you wanna play
Knight the knight c8 first.
rook c8.
And now just d3. Maybe b5.
You can also play rook f8, rook cf8.
Yes. Black has counterplay. He went for queen d5. You have to take it? Or do you?
I don't wanna take it.
Yeah, but I think you have to.
Oh, you have to take it because you're just attacking a piece.
Because otherwise?
c5. Yeah. So
you have to take it. And now you have to take with a knight, I think.
I don't think you need to, but I think you want to. I mean, you can also take with the rook.
But then bishop e6.
You just take with the bishop. Oh, no, it's a twin attack. Rook f6. Okay, so yeah, knight e6.
And they play
Rook
this.
c6.
Rook c6 is probably the only move to protect the bishop on c5. And this still feels quite good for white.
So, what about b4 maybe?
b4, I'm not sure.
Then c5.
Maybe even maybe d6 first to stop c5. No, but I actually.
Okay, so if you take.
The problem is that b5 is coming anyway. Can I do this? Probably rook c6.
Okay, you can take on this.
Yeah, I can take on d7.
But you can just get c4 back.
Not sure if that is much. So bishop c5.
Okay, let's suppose knight e3.
Knight e3.
b5 and b3, I think.
b5, maybe b4.
Or b4 too.
I would like to. Yeah, maybe this knight e3 is strong. Because now it's not easy to develop. You'll have probably b6, but then rook d6, stopping bishop d7, preparing rook d1. Yeah, I kind of like white's position. I think we'll be playing for the win for a long time. Let's just check. Okay, this is Lely's. Yeah, just check how they got here. So he played c5, allowing the trade of knights. Already I feel like black is
the
going...
entire board.
Yeah, maybe show the entire board. It's true. But I feel like black is the one pushing now. With a weak king.
Okay. I mean, is the king that weak? If it goes to e2, I honestly don't like his position because white has the best pawn.
Yes, but like around here, I like black's position. But then, yeah, maybe e4 is just weak and there wasn't much to do about it. Because yeah, now maybe white is better.
I prefer white.
Yeah, in this position.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it would be another one of those 0-0 cases, but I feel like practically speaking,
white is doing well. Yeah,
this pawn could actually become very fast.
But it looks drawish. Let's check his board. So he did go for bishop g5.
Bishop c5.
Bishop c5, avoiding the trade. Yeah. He tried to repeat the position, but now queen e3, so the queen is trying to get into black's position.
Okay, he's just saying, I'm solid enough.
And he's probably right.
Oh, he didn't repeat.
I mean...
Okay, it's not a repetition yet.
It's not a repetition.
Yeah.
But he could. I mean,
yeah.
If knight e7, you are forced to play queen d5.
Yeah.
So is black playing for the win?
I guess.
I can see why. Bishop on c2 is a bad piece.
Yeah, I mean, it's the end game I talked about before where at some point you might be able to play some g6. I mean, it's the only option I see anyway. I feel like it should be a draw, but...
Yeah, there's also...
I mean, black can never lose now.
I wouldn't say never, but...
Okay, if he doesn't play actively, if he just passes, I don't think play it as a plan.
So we have bishop takes c5. What happens on the first board? You have bishop e2 and f3. h6. So I guess bishop d2 or bishop c1 must be played. This is not good.
Yeah.
Bishop c1 feels more natural, keeping the rook defending d4. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on here. It looks like slightly better for black, but there are weaknesses. For example, here you already have knight and bishop buying c6, which is uncomfortable, and open files for the rooks. So I think Grigorian is doing a good job. Although I have no idea whether it's better or worse. I mean, once again, I think black is a draw.
Yes.
I don't think that this can be very good. You can just go back and attack b3.
Okay, maybe I think I'll just take a little bit of a break and then come back.
I think we'll just close the stream for now. I would just like to check to see if what these guys are doing, but there is probably still a lot to be played. Let's just before going, let's check what happened here. 96 was played. Yeah, and white is still thinking because I think this knight e4 move is very annoying. So yeah, we'll look at this. So there are three players fighting for the top places, I think, which is Grigorian, Peter Lizak, and Jesus Duque. They are both on 5.5 out of 6. At this moment, I would say that white here has a good chance of winning the game because black is way behind in development. And about this game, I prefer black, but I trust Gregorian to hold this position. So for now, I'm gonna bet on the Spanish player, Jesus Duque, to win the tournament. But you can follow the games on Chess24. Um, yeah, and thanks for watching. Uh, that was Thinking Chess once again with Guimarães Chess Open last round. Thank you.